Hey, how you doing, everyone? Slampig Magoo, welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you guys coming back so much video after video. You guys mean the world. I really can't tell you how much that I owe you guys so much for watching these videos. But I don't know. It's been a while since I put something up. I've been researching a little something. But yeah, I came across something in my personal life yesterday. I thought I'd sit down in front of the microphone and then push out a little video about it today, I was just out in the world doing my daily thing, being the guy that I am about the city. And I happened to find myself downtown, and I'm walking down the street, and this, like this little line out front, this charity place, in the lower income areas, there's a lot of like little satellite offices for charity around Christmas time, like Toys for Tots and the whatnot, which is what I believe this specific little satellite office was for this charity. And there's always lines of people out front, and I'm walking past the line, and I just happen to look over. Oh, excuse me. And I see this woman that I used to be neighbors with back in the day. I mean, like a long time ago, a good long minute ago. It's been forever since I seen it, so long, in fact, that the child that she did have the last time I seen her is now grown and pregnant, and she has two other young children who are there with her. She had three kids. One of her oldest daughter that I seen before back in the day was pregnant. And you do the obligatory stop and say hi, you know what I mean? How you doing? Where you been? Where you living? How are things? Oh God, I feel so old. Look at your kids. They're grown so big type thing, But walking away, man, I couldn't shake the interaction. This, like I said, this woman used to be my neighbor, and I remember one time just seeing something involving her was just like a slap in the face, She used to be my neighbor way back in the day. I was a lot younger, and like her entire apartment was filled. She lived with her grandmother, her mother, I think another sister, and two brothers. Now the grandmother lived there because the grandmother was, like a welfare queen. She had a bunch of kids. She got blessed with the government benefits and did nothing with her life until the kids aged out. And that's when the welfare queen hits a wall. When your kids are so old, you're no longer a struggling single mother of 1, 2, 3 kids. You're just yourself, and your state benefits drop. You're no longer getting the $1,200 a month in food stamps. You're getting like a couple hundred, 200. You're not getting the $200 rent for your apartment because of all your kids. Now you're getting like maybe a 50% rent subsidy. So when that happens, the self-sufficiency goes. You know what I mean? You don't have the resources to live independently. So either you're living in a room or you're living like with your kids, which was the situation with this woman. The grandmother was there, and the mother, Rosa, she was like the hood mother. You know what I mean? Always on the block, the door's always open. Everyone's coming by with like a 6-pack just to sit there and shoot the shit with her, have a couple beers, smoke a little whatever, and then friggin' leave, And, that was Rosa. And then the daughter is the woman I just mentioned that I saw the other day. Already with a handful of kids, already sitting out there in front of the Toys for Tot charity. Her oldest kid already pregnant, And, it dawned on me something I seen back in the day. I was, back when she was my neighbor, when she was younger, I was coming home from work. I was working third shift. I remember this. And I was like maybe 8:30 in the morning. I'm walking up my front step, keys in hand, tired after a night's work. Just as soon as Rosa and the daughter, like, step outside of their apartment, which is like right next door, I'm looking over at them, and I noticed that Rosa and the daughter have these huge beaming smiles on their face, like happy as shit to be up at like 8:30 in the morning. No one's happy to be up at 8:30 in the morning, you know what I mean? And I'm looking at them, and the smiles are just unnerving, and finally I call over to him. I'm like, you guys look happy. I'm like, what are you guys out here doing? And Rosa looks over at me, points to her daughter, and was just like, oh, it's her birthday. She's 18 today. I was just like, no kidding. Big smile on the kid's face, big smile on the mother's face. Big milestone birthday, the up early 18th birthday. I'm thinking they're going to Denny's. Free breakfast at Denny's is a thing. It happens in the ghetto. You go there, you get like a couple pancakes, whatever. You know what I mean? But it's a free breakfast on your birthday, and a lot more people than you think, take that offer up. So in my eyes, I think that's what they're doing. I think they're going out early to have a breakfast early in the morning on her 18th birthday. You know what I mean? It seems like a thing, right? And I even asked her, I'm like, oh, you guys going to Denny's? I'm like, you guys going to get your birthday breakfast? The mother looks at me and she's just like, no, we're going down to the food stamp office so she can apply for her own card. And we want to get down there early because we don't want to spend all day down there. And I look over at the daughter, and the daughter still has this big beaming smile on her face, happy as can be. And the reality of the situation through my eyes was anything but happy. Like, it's the morning of her 18th birthday, her first trip out into the world as an adult. And she's going to pledge herself to government benefits, literally signing a contract that says, I will not produce for myself in exchange for this, small, meager handful of benefits. The day one, 18, signing up for benefits, not even trying. And it struck me as weird, but whatever. Ghetto folk be ghetto folk. I mean, it is what it is, And then yesterday, when I seen her standing out front of the Toys for Tots with her daughter already pregnant, and I mean, I've run into her a few times throughout the years and everything. The myth of anonymity in a city is sort of not really true. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. You know what I mean? You meet new people all the time. But people you're going to run into them throughout your whole life. You know what I mean? I've lived in the same building with this one guy friggin' like 3 different times. I mean, you still run into these people. You never really get out of it, And, walking away. She's already at the charity, so she's already probably income qualifying for these things when I seen her yesterday. A couple of our kids' daughters, one already pregnant, and it dawns on me, like, how many generations of women of this family have just collected, just shit out babies in the hood and friggin', that's a life, the grandmother from back in the day. Rosa, the hood mother that ran the house, the daughter that used to live there, Now the daughter has children, and one of her children is friggin' pregnant, We're running a tally of 5 generations of welfare-dependent women living right down the street, It blows my mind because I look back 5 generations of my family, and I mean, the Magoo family name is worked on the railroads, They worked for a company called Bell Atlantic, which is the phone company it morphed into, in its later years. Building infrastructure for our country. I'm just a humble machinist, you know what I mean? But I'm out there contributing to the economy. I'm adding value and the whatnot, and it raises the question, how hard does my family have to work to offset one Rosa being in my neighborhood? How many generations are going to have to set an extra plate of food aside to feed her family, when we've been struggling from day one. I've never been more, I never aspired to be more than just your common friggin', I don't know, worker, humble in all my aspirations. I never really aspired to get more than I need. But, it's an honorable lifestyle. How many, I don't know, how many more generations can we put up with? I don't know. I'm not really even sure where I'm going with this video other than to throw out a warning to you, you know. Don't let Rosa move into your neighborhood. You know, don't let her into your communities. When you start hearing bullshit about Section 8 housing being built and friggin' needing low-income units per every rental unit inside every vicinity, you know, fight it tooth and nail. You know what I mean? Because Rosa's gonna move in, and Rosa's gonna start the 5-generational cycle of just shitting out kids who are just gonna have more and more kids. You know, so you know, we can't let that go on, ladies and gentlemen. We have to be working proactively to dismantle all these mechanisms that are in play that are allowing us to be displaced as a culture in our own, you know, homeland. We need to dismantle all these mechanisms that allow the non-productive to lead, you know, lives of a similar quality as those who actually produce for society yet struggle. You know, that's my that's probably the main point I'd like for people to take away. You know, there's a lot of issues happening down here in the ghetto, and a lot of people need to start paying attention to them because, you know, Rosa at this point is unproductive. You know, her whole bloodline is, which is evident in the fact that, you know, the daughter must have seen that generations of her family have not worked, and she's leading down the same path. And at this point, it's cultural. You know, she sees nothing wrong with having multiple children with no way to support them, having to go down and stand in line at charities to get them just simple, you know, like trinkets for the holidays. The culture of dependence and not seeing anything wrong with it is so ingrained in this community that it's going to infect the fabric of our society and destroy it like a cancer. So that is my warning. But I don't know. Video's hitting about 12 minutes, so this is going to be a bitch to edit. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you got a story of a Rosa in your neighborhood, throw it down there. You know, I'm sure I'd like to hear it. But until the next time, I hope you all, you know, safe journeys, luck and prosperity in all your endeavors, and be kind to each other, okay? Take good care of yourself.